Welcome to Minute Maid Park as STM brings you the SOM Greatest Teams League Game of the Day from Minute Maid Park. It's the 2017 Houston Astros taking on the 2001 Seattle Mariners. Hello, everybody. We bring you again live here. Thank you so much for joining me on today's broadcast. Just give me one moment here. Just do a little business on the side. Today's pitchers will be John Haalama for the Seattle Mariners and Justin Verelander for the Houston Astros. Give me 1 second here, and we'll be right there. And I'm going to show you guys a little graphic that I really enjoy when I play this game. It kind of gives you it gives you a little better, I like to say, it gives you a little better understanding of the series and played so far. So far, this is going to be the fourth game of the series between Seattle and Houston. And we'll take a look at that series right now. So bring this up real quick and we'll show you as an overlay on the screen so you guys can take a look at that. Here it is right there. So this is game 4 of the series. The Astros come in at 14-6. They're playing 700 ball. They're in first place. Seattle's in third place. Seattle so far is 4-2 at home. Seattle's 2-4 on the road. This is going to be, again, the fourth game. Seattle won the first one, Sale over Morton. And then the Astros won the last two, Musgrove over Moyer. And then Davinsky got the win over Nelson in extras. This is Haalama taking on Verelander for game 4 of this series. As you see the hitting streaks, Edgar Martinez has an 8-game hitting streak, Ichiro Suzuki an 8-game hitting streak, and Bret Boone has a 6-game hitting streak. The Seattle team can really hit. They're a dangerous team. Of course, they fell way short of expectations when they won 114 games in 2001. As you see, those are the pitching stats in front of you, who's doing what, who's hot, and who's not in our league so far. Let's go ahead and take this off the screen, and then we'll get to some baseball. As the best, that's a great job in doing a baseball pregame so far, as it's able to explain things really well. Both teams are fairly healthy. That's surprising. The only really injury on Houston is Evan Gattis. He'll be out for a couple more games. But here is the Houston lineup. It's going to be Marisnick, Springer, and Reddick, followed by Bregman, Correa, Gonzalez at second. Now, that's a little bit of change. The computer decided not to start Altuve. Maybe they're citing maybe an overusage idea. So he'll get the game 4 as a day off. Gurriel starts at first, McCann behind the plate, and Verlander on the mound. Verlander's 2-2, 3.95 ERA, 20 hits, 27 innings, 11 walks, 20 strikeouts. He's given up only 3 home runs. He is a 2R. Seattle's lineup, and it's a good one. It is going to be Mark McLemore in left, Ichiro in right, Bret Boone at second, Edgar at first. That's interesting. Mike Cameron center, Alvin Martins your DH, David Bell at third, Dan Wilson behind the plate, and Carlos Guillen's at short. I probably would have made a different change there with that team, but I can't do it now because I can't move anyone to a DH spot. So that was kind of a mistake there. Good ballpark to hit in. We're only playing advanced rules, though, so I'm not playing any super advanced. Seattle being coached by the computer. I'm taking Houston, unfortunately. This is going to be a take the home team unless I otherwise specify. So here is Mark McLemore. He will take the first shot here. He's hitting 255 at-bats, a home run and 2 RBIs. With 55 at-bats, that's starting to get a little more than a sample size. These guys have to start hitting. McCann behind the plate sets the target. Justin Verlander looks in. Here's the pitch to Mark McLemore. And that's a 1-6, and McLemore with a line drive base hit. So McLemore's on. He's got good speed, +1 on McCann. So McLemore might run here. Here's Ichiro. Boy, his hitting streak's happening at a good time. Hitting at a not lofty 247. 2 doubles, and 4 runs batted in. McCann sets the target. Verlander working from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Ichiro, and he steals it. He gets to steal second base. Holy cow. So runner on second base. Here is Ichiro now comes over runner on second. Verlander now has to keep him close. McCann had no chance. So now Verlander working from the stretch. Runner on second, no out. Here's a pitch to Ichiro. 2-8 ground ball to short. Correa keeps it in front of him. Looks back. McLemore throws him out for out number 1. Here is Bret Boone hitting .392. Serious good year so far. 6 doubles, 8 homers, 20 RBIs. All tops probably in the American League somewhere. He is having a fine start of the year. McCann sets in the target. Verlander from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Boone, and that's going to be a 6-6 fly ball to center. Springer is there, makes the catch. McLemore holds, and there's 2 outs. And now here's Edgar. Edgar hitting .266, 7 homers, 20 RBIs. Right-handed hitter, Hall of Famer. Right-handed, usually DH, third base, first base. McCann sets the target. Verlander from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Edgar. 5-8 fly ball right field. Reddick is there, makes the catch, and Seattle goes down the first. 1/2 inning of play. Seattle nothing. Houston coming up the bat. For the defense, it's McLemore, Cameron, and Ichiro really good. Bell, Gee, and Boone, and Edgar's a 5 at first, an E11, so the errors won't hurt him. He just has absolutely no range. Wilson behind the plate, -1 arm on the mound with a really good hold. John Haalama, he's a lefty, a major reverse split lefty. He's an 8R. So Haalama on the year, 1-2, 4.11 ERA, 20 hits, 15 innings, 11 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So John Haalama, the lefty on the mound, he'll work the Springer. Springer hitting .321, 5 homers, 13 runs batted in. Wilson sets the target. Haalama with the windup. Here's the pitch to Springer. 5-11 fly ball left. That's deep. McLemore at the track makes the catch. No ballpark home run. That could have been trouble. Here is Jake Marisnick. He's hitting .333, 21 at bats, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Very fine outfielder out there. Wilson puts down the sign for him. Haalama to lefty looks in. Here's the pitch to Marisnick, and that's a 1-9. Struck him out for 2 away. And now here is a shortstop, young Carlos Correa, .269, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. Right-handed batter, 2 outs here in the first. Wilson goes out and talks to Haalama, puts down the sign for him. Haalama from the windup. Here's the pitch to Correa. 3-8 ground ball to short. Guillen throws him out. 3 up, 3 down, go to Astros. We go to the top of the second. No score here in Minute Maid. Top of the second from the big ballpark here in Houston. So top of the second here. Here is Mike Cameron. Cameron hitting only .167, 72 at bats, 3 homers and 8 RBIs. McCann sets the target. Verlander looks in. Here's a lineup and pitch to Cameron. 2-8 and struck him out in the middle of his column. Boy, he threw a good pitch too, and Cameron just missed it. Here's the designated hitter, Al Martin. Been up 53 times, 2 doubles and 5 RBIs, only hitting .170. You would think there's another DH, or actually they should have Paul Sorrento playing first and Edgar as your DH. McCann sets the target. Verlander with the windup. Here's the pitch to Al Martin. 2-10 fly ball right field. Reddick is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here is David Bell, 2 second-generation stars on this team with Bret Boone and David Bell. Bell on the season hitting .308, fine season, 3 doubles, a homer, and 8 ribbies. 2 outs here in the second. McCann sets the target. Verlander with the windup. Here's the pitch to Bell. 2-8, pop the third. Bregman there waits, makes the catch, ends the first. Ends the second, I should say. Going to the bottom of the second, no score. It'll be Alex Bregman, Carlos Beltran, and Josh Reddick for the Astros. In the bottom of the second inning against John Haalama. So John Haalama in his second inning of work. Bregman, youngster, .269 out of LSU. 4 doubles, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. Wilson sets in the target. Haalama looks in. Here's the windup to Bregman. That's a 4-line drive base hit for Bregman. So Bregman's on at first, nobody out. Here is Carlos Beltran hitting 205. 5 home runs, 10 RBIs on the season. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Wilson sets the target. Haalama working from the stretch. Run on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Beltran. 5-8. Ground ball to second. That's an easy double play for Boone. He gets it in front of him, goes the double play route. 4-6-3. Boone gives to Edgar. 2 outs. Here is Josh Reddick. Pro wrestling fans kind of have to appreciate him for that. Hitting 286, a double, a home run, and 9 RBIs. Wilson puts down the target. John Haalama from the windup. Here's the pitch to Reddick. 5-5-5 ball left field. Macklemore there makes the catch and nothing across in the second. We go to the third. It is no score. So no score. We go to the top of the third inning. And so far, it's a good one here. Both the Astros and Mariners fighting it out here in the AL West. Tonight, unless something changes, we will go from the Bronx, as it will be the 1970 Baltimore Orioles and the 98 Yankees. That's Phoebus against El Duque. So Dan Wilson up here in the third. Both teams with 1 hit. Verelander smooth through 2. Verelander sets in the target, and Justin Verlander with the windup and pitch to Dan Wilson. 5-11 and draws the walk. So Wilson's on. Verlander wants to know where that one was. And now here's the shortstop, Carlos Guillen, hitting 214, 3 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. 1 out in the third. McCann sets in, puts down the sign for him. Justin Verlander working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Guillen. They're going to sacrifice. It's a beauty. Verlander has 1 throw, throws it to Gurriel, and now is runner on second and 1 out. So here's Macklemore. No at bat for Guillen. So Macklemore 1 for 1, singled his first time up. McCann sets in the target. Verlander, runner on second and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Macklemore, and that's a 5-6 and struck him out. Nasty little curveball by Verlander. That went 12-6. And there's 2 outs in the third. Here's Ichiro. He grounded out his first time up. It's a tough batter for Verlander. Ichiro having a quiet year, but he's starting to bring the bat up a bit. McCann sets down the target. Verlander working from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Ichiro. 1-6. That's a line drive in the gap. No one's going to get it. Wilson will score easy from second. Ichiro around second. Good throw by Reddick in. And the Mariners lead 1-0. So an RBI double for Ichiro. And Seattle takes a 1-0 lead. Here's Bret Boone. Boone has flied out his first time up. McCann puts down the sign for him as Verlander working from the stretch. Ichiro with excellent speed at second. Here's the pitch to Boone. And that's going to be a 1-6 base hit right field. Reddick's a -3, but here comes Ichiro. He's going to try to send him, and he's thrown out by a mile. Great throw by the right fielder, Reddick. Good tag there by the catcher. So a big play there by Brian McCann. Lays the tag in, and Ichiro was a dead duck. So Seattle scores 1 in the third. They strand 1. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Seattle. Here are the SOM STM Greatest Teams League. So for the Mariners, John Haalama now working with the lead. So now we'll see how this all works. Marvin Gonzalez the bat. He's hitting 208. 5 doubles, 2 homers, 10 ribbies. Wilson sets the target. Gonzalez getting the start. He had a fine season this year. The Astros can kind of put him anywhere in the field. Haalama looks in, lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. And there's a 3-7 ground ball to short. Guillen's got it. Goes to first, and that's 1 away. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. 234, 6 home runs. Wow, 9 RBIs. What a fine little season Brian McCann's got. Boy, he's hitting that power spot in his card. Wilson sets in the target now. Haalama looks in. 1 out in the third. Here's the pitch to McCann. 3-3. Hit him with the pitch. He went too far inside. McCann, no speed, will take first base. Yuri Gurriel, one of the youngsters on this Astro team. 221, 7 doubles, a homer, 6 ribbies. Wilson sets in the target. Haalama working from the stretch. McCann not going anywhere. They're not opening up the hole. Boone and Martinez will play off the bag. Haalama from the stretch. One out, runner on. Here's a pitch to Gurriel. 5-5 ball to center. Cameron comes in, makes the catch, and that's 2 outs here in the third. Here is George Springer. 0 for 1. Flight out his last time up. Wilson puts down the target for him. Haalama working from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Springer, and that's a 5-11 deep fly left field. McLemore deep at the track makes the catch. Oh my, deep left field. But we played 3. Seattle leads 1-0. Seattle 1 run, 3 hits, while Houston's no runs, 1 hit. So now here is Edgar Martinez, 0 for 1 in the ball game. McCann sets in the target now. Justin Verelander looks in. Here's the pitch to Edgar. 4-10, struck him out. There's that nasty 12-6 by Justin Verelander. Big one way. So now, give me one moment, please. Just doing business on the side. Give me 1 second here. Let me keep you guys on the lurch here. And there we go. So here is Mike Cameron, fine center fielder, good power. Again, he's only hitting 164 like they said. His, as they say, small sample size is running out. So here's Verlander, looks in to Cameron. Here's the pitch to Michael, and that's a 3. That's a single on the 7. Bregman with nice play comes up with it, goes to Gurriel, out number 2. Here is Al Martin. So a 2 outs, Martin's 0 for 1. Flight outs first time up. McCann puts it in the target now. Verlander looks in. Here's the pitch to Martin. 1-7. That's a line drive. That Gurriel takes it to the bag and ends the 4. We have a pitcher's duel again. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Seattle leads 1-0. So in the bottom of the 4th, good ball game here as both Houston and Seattle trying to see 3 out of 4 here. As Houston's won 2 out of 3 in very close games. Seattle won the first game, the series behind Aaron Seeley. Wilson sets the target. Haalama with the windup. Here's the pitch to Marisnik. And that's a 2-8 and struck him out. John Haalama is looking good. Haalama was 10-7, 4.73 ERA. Bottom part of rotation for this Mariner team. But boy, he's looking really good. Seems like the Astros got lucky here. They avoided Freddie Garcia in the top of this rotation. Wilson sets the target. Haalama with the windup. Here's the pitch to Correa. 4-5 and got him on the inside corner there too. That's 2 outs, back-to-back strikeouts for John Haalama. Again, Haalama is an 8R, so he's a lefty who pitches extremely well to righties. And there's only 2 natural lefties in this Astro lineup. Here's Bregman. He's 1 for 1, singled his last time up. Wilson sets in the target, puts down the sign. Haalama looks in. Here's the pitch to Bregman, and it's a ground ball to third. Bell's got it, goes to first, and we got 4 innings complete here at Minute Maid. 1-0 Seattle. We head to the 5th. So again, 5 ball game here. 2017 Astros, 2001 Mariners, and both these teams are competing quite well. They're competing with a lot of interest. They're playing extremely well. They're going to compete in this AL West most of the season, if you ask me. Here's David Bell. He's 0 for 1. On the year. Here is Dave Wilson. He walked his first time up and scored the only run. McCann sets the target. Verelander from the windup. Here's the pitch to Wilson. 1-5 ground ball to second. Gonzalez up, throws to Gurriel, 2 away. And here's Carlos Guillen. Guillen with nice sacrifice bunt his last time. I would have thought, yes, folks, sacrifice bunts actually gets you a game win because that brought up Ichiro, and he had the big double that knocked in the run here. McCann sets the target. Verelander from the windup. Here's the pitch to Guillen. 1-8 and another strikeout. 5 strikeouts for Verelander. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Seattle. So now Beltran has grounded into double play. He'll be followed by Reddick and Gonzalez. Switchy, lefty, switchy against Haalama. It has the wrong side of the bat to hit against Haalama. Wilson sets in the target. Beltran steps in. Haalama with the big wind-up in pitch. 2-8 got him on strikes. Haalama with his 4th. That's 12 for him. Here's Josh Reddick. If you look at Halama's card, oh my goodness, he really gets hammered against his own lefty side. So, but what are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to stick certain guys out of the lineup just to put lefties in. Haalama might be a good choice against this righty-based Houston lineup. Wilson sets the target now. Haalama working from the windup. Here's the pitch to Reddick. And Reddick with a base hit. That's 1 for 2 for Josh. Second hit for the Astros. And here's Marvin Gonzalez. So Gonzalez to bat in the 5th. 1-0 Seattle. Gonzalez 0 for 1. Ground out his first time up. Wilson goes out and talks to the left-hander. And Wilson gets back behind the plate and puts down the signs for him. Haalama working from the stretch. Run first and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Marvin. And that is going to be a 4-8 ground ball to short. Guillen. Boone over the first double play. Another 6-4-3. So John Haalama works into it and gets out with another double play. We played 5. Seattle leads 1. 1-0. We head to the 6th here at Minute Maid. So top of the 6th. It will now be, so far, it'll be McLemore, Suzuki, and Boone. The bat against Justin here in the 6th. McLemore 1 for 2, single in the first, struck out in the 3rd. McCann sets down the target. Verelander, the big wind up to McLemore. That's a 6-5 strike. Him out. That is 6 for Justin. Here's Ichiro Suzuki. Suzuki has grounded out and doubled in a run his last time up, and he got thrown out trying to score on one. This is Verlander's 5th start of the year. He's on 8, 5 1/3, 7 7. He's 2-2. He's given up 3, 8, 9 hits. And his last start, he went out with a no-no going. Wow, 7 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and they pulled him. I wonder if Houston finished the no-hitter bid that day. Unbelievable. So if you notice, when you look at pitch stats, so Justin Verlander left with a no-no going. And as they pulled him in the 8th inning, I'm sure Verlander was not a happy camper. McCann sets the target now. Verlander with a windup. Here's the pitch to Ichiro. 4-7 and walks him. Oh, Verlander does have a few walks on that card. Ichiro on, and that means Ichiro is going to have an 80% chance at a stolen base. That's a 1-16 roll on the 20. McCann sets the target. Verlander working from the stretch. He wants to keep Ichiro as close to the bag. Here's the pitch to Boone. And that's going to be a 2-8 base hit for Boone. That's in the gap over the head. Ichiro probably will only take 3rd. 2 stars. Ichiro to 3rd. Boone the 2nd. And the Mariners 2nd and 3rd. 1 out here in the 6th. So big hit for Boone. Now here's Edgar Martinez. Cameron on deck. And he loves lefty. So I'm wondering if they may pitch around the pitch to Cameron here. Infield in here in the 6th. So Houston wants to stop this run. Verlander working from the stretch. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. Here's a pitch to one of the more dangerous hitters in baseball, Edgar Martinez. Here's the pitch to Edgar. 6-7 ground ball in a 2nd. Marvin Gonzalez needs to avoid the pound sign, and he cannot. That's a base hit off the glove. He cannot get it. Suzuki scores. Boone scores. And it's 3-0 Seattle. And that might be all for Justin Verlander. Mike Cameron due up, and that might be all. Let's see if they come out and grab him. Holy, nope, they're going to let him pitch to Cameron. How about that? Struck him out. So 2 outs there. So they let him stay in and pitch to him. Here's Al Martin. He's 0 for 2. This is where you may want a lefty to keep because Al Martin loves hitting righties. McCann sets in the target. 3-0 Seattle here in the 6th. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And that's a 2-5. Struck him out. Verlander finishes off with nicely. But Seattle scores 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-0 Seattle. So far, Seattle, 3 runs, 5 hits. Houston, no runs, 2 hits. Verlander, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. And that might have been his final pitch. It'll be McCann, Gurriel, and Springer for the Astros. Wilson sets the target. John Haalama with a 3-0 lead in the 6th, only giving up 2 hits. Here's the pitch to McCann. 5-8 ground ball to second. That's Boone. He gets it. Throws him out, 1 away. So McCann retired. Here is Yuri Gurriel for 1. Wilson sets in the target. Haalama with a big windup and deals. And that's a line drive. That's going to go in the gap for a double up against the wall. McLemore plays it. Gurriel on the second. And the Astros going to run on second and nobody out. So now here is George Springer. Actually, I'm managing Houston. I should have made the pitching change, but I didn't. The computer is managing Seattle, so I have to remember that one. Springer 0 for 2. Otherwise, I was fine leaving Verlander in there. Wilson sets the target. Haalama working from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Pitch to Springer. 3-8 and walked him in Houston all of a sudden. Brings the tying run to the plate, and it's Jake Marisnick. He's 0 for 2. Struck out twice. He steps up here. First and second, 1 out. Wilson puts down the sign for him. Haalama working from the stretch. 2 on, 1 out the pitch. And that's a 5-8. That's Boone. Another double play ball. He's got it. Throws him a double play. Boone, Edgar Martinez. So 6 strong for John Haalama. We go to the 7th. 3-0 Seattle. Bell, Wilson, Guillen, the bat for the M's. Righty, switchy. Batting for the Mariners here in the 7th. Let's see if we want to make a change here. The 7th inning. And we might go to Luke Gregerson, who's been really good for this Astro team. So Gregerson comes in. 1-0. He's gone 11 innings, given up 7 hits, 2 walks, 7 Ks, no ERA. So pitch to Boone, Wilson, and Guillen. So Verlander goes 6, and he's done for the day. McCann sets the target. Gregerson looks in. Here's the pitch to Bell. 1-7, base hit Bell. How about that? He gets him out of there, and they get a quick hit. So now here's Dave. Now here is Dave Wilson. Here is Wilson. I should know what the first name is. It's on the tip of my tongue. Dan Wilson. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked back in the 3rd. McCann sets in the target. Gregerson from the stretch. Pitch to Wilson. 3-8. Pop to short. Correa waits for it. Makes the catch. 1 out in the 7th. Here's Carlos Guillen. He's 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th. So Gregerson working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 away. Gregerson from the stretch in the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-5. Struck him out. Big strikeout for Gregerson. 2 outs in the 7th. And here's McLemore. 1 for 3. Single in the 1st and struck out twice against Verlander afterwards. 2 outs in the 7th. Astros down 3. Seattle out hitting Houston 6-3. McCann sets in the target. Gregerson working from the stretch. Pitch to McLemore. 4-7 and a struck out the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Seattle. We have a pitching change here at the ballpark. Paniqua will come in for Seattle, and I'm questioning decision here by Lou Piniella. So Paniqua will come in. He 2-0. He's been in 12 innings, given up 11 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 4.3. He's a righty and he's even, so not good numbers. You want to give Houston any chances of coming back, and kind of that decision will do that to you. Let's look at Pinella's bullpen and see if it's tired or anything. And it's not. They're fully helped. They're fully ready. They with relievers like Sasaki and Rhodes and Charlton and Nelson. They go to probably the worst possible reliever in this case. Correa's 0 for 2. Wilson sets in the target. Paniqua from the windup to Correa. 5-10. Catch X popped up behind the plate. Wilson's there. Wait, makes the catch. 1 away. 1 out in the 7th. They retire the tough Carlos Correa. And here's Alex Bregman. Bregman's 1 for 2. Single back in the 2nd. Wilson sets in the target. Paniqua for the windup. Here's the pitch to Bregman. 6-9 ground ball to short. That is Guillen. 2-14. Top play in the hole. Got him. Good play. Edgar had to come off the bag a little bit. 2 out the 7th. And here's Carlos Beltran. 0 for 2 for Carlos. He's grounded up the double play and struck out. Paniqua looking to give a good 7th inning. Wilson sets the target. Paniqua looking there to wind up to Beltran. 4-10, 5 ball center. How about that? 3 up, 3 down for Paniqua. Cameron with the catch, and we go to the 8th. 3-0 Seattle. So 3-6-0 for the Mariners. 0-3-0 for the Astros. Top of the 8th. Ichiro Boone Martinez. When this game's over, we'll go ahead and roll that single 6-sided die. See how many days rest we'll away from this game, and then we'll go ahead and here we go, and we'll go ahead and roll a 6-sided die, and from there we'll decide how many days rest we'll take in the schedule, and then we'll find you our next game on the talk. Instead of just taking a basic RJL 2-3 days rest, we'll get the schedule done a little bit quicker that way, in case we keep rolling 6s or maybe 1s. It goes a lot slower that way. Just goes by the die. That way we don't keep seeing the same number 1 starters and the same, relievers and same everyone. You have a tendency of doing the same thing. You're running the same pitchers all the time. That's why I've had Maddox run twice in this rotation so far. This is top of the 8th. 3-0 Seattle. 3-6-0 Mariners. 0-3-0 Astros. It's Suzuki followed by Boone and Martinez. McCann sets down the target. Gregerson still in for Houston. I'm managing Houston. That's my decision. It's a lefty, righty. I don't want a lefty to pitch to Boone in this case. So we'll definitely keep Gregerson out there to pitch to Suzuki. Here's the pitch to Ichiro. Ichiro 1 for 2 with a double. 6-9. That's a base hit. Good thing Ichiro was not powered up. That was an end home run. So that's a long single. So now here is Bret Boone, 2 for 3 of the double. Now we'll see what they'll do now. +1 on McCann. It's an 80% chance for Suzuki to steal. McCann sets the sign. Gregerson from the stretch. Run first and nobody out. Boone 2 for 3. 2 hits in his last 3 at bats. Here's the pitch to Bret. And that's a 5-8 ground ball. Second. This could be a double play. Marvin Gonzalez. No, he cannot make the play. Gets past him. Suzuki on the move will go to third, and a big hit there for Boone. Gonzalez cannot corral it. First and third, nobody outs. And here's Edgar Martinez. He had the infield hit base at his last time up. First and third, 2 outs. And now it might be time to make a decision here. First and third, no outs. Edgar the batter. And let's see who the Astros can bring in. We're going to go, we're going to want you. Davinsky, no. Let's see, who do I have to get somebody out? You know what? Let's go to, he's making his first appearance. Oh, he's only a starter, but he's a 5R. We'll go to Colin McHugh. So Colin McHugh will come in, and he'll see if he can get a few people out here for the Astros. It'll be Edgar, Cameron, and Martin if it comes down to it. So first and third, nobody out. McHugh looking to get me an out. Infield staying in. So Bregman and Correa up on the grass. Gonzalez and Gurriel up and on the grass. McHugh from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Edgar. 4-5 struck him out inside corner. 1 away. Nicely done. And yes, hello, Dave Demos coming home. How are you, my friend? Welcome in the chat. I saw you earlier. Space it for a minute. So here is Mike Cameron 0 for 3. First and third, 1 out, 3-0 Seattle looking to add to this lead. Cameron steps up 0 for 3, only hitting a $160. McCann sits down, puts down the signs for McHugh. McHugh looks in, working from the stretch. Infield playing back. So now they have me playing the infield back. They're letting Correa and Gonzalez look for a double play up the middle. I wonder, we should, you know what? I think we got to play the infield in still. We're going to bring the infield in. So Bregman or corners in. How about that? Let's see if we can go corners in. Not sure if it's let me do it. Yes, they will. So corners are in. Bregman and Gurriel will come in and play on the corners. When anything hit at them, they will look each throw back. Correa and Gonzalez will look for 2 up the middle, trying to see if they can get out of this inning. McCann sets the target. McHugh from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Cameron. And that's a 5-6, another strikeout for Colin McHugh. That's a big 2 outs, and he got the job done. Now what do you do? Al Martin comes in here, 8th inning. He's a good hitter, great hitter against righties. Now do you go baseball stereotype and get him the heck out of there and find someone to get me a lefty out? And again, what they could do. And they're gonna do this. I mean, he'll be a short-term guy. Here comes the Houston manager again. They'll flip the left-hander up, and Francisco Liriano will come in. He's a 4L, so he'll come in and see if he can get Al Martin out. Liriano tough against lefties, and we'll see if Seattle decides to go a pinch hitter route for Al Martin. First and third, 2 outs in the 8th, 3-0 Mariners. McCann sets the target. Liriano from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's a 4-7 ground ball to second. Gonzalez makes the play. And Houston used some great managing. Thank you very much. And it's Seattle 3, Houston nothing. So they get out of a first and third jam. 2 strikeouts by McHugh. And Liriano gets a ground ball on Martin. So 3-0 Seattle in the 8th. It'll be Reddick, Gonzalez, and McCann for the Astros. And Paniqua stays in the game. How about that? You would think with that kind of card, you would get one of your high-end leverage guys in this game. But Hal decides to stay with, as crazy as this looks, that card gets hammered a bit. So in the 8th, Reddick, Gonzalez, McCann, lefty, switchy, lefties, all lefties against Paniqua here. Wilson sets a target, and you got somebody like Arthur Rhodes sitting in the bullpen. Paniqua with a windup and pitch to Reddick. 2-12. Oh, that's not going to be good. And that's going to be an injury to Josh Reddick. That's not what I wanted. So here's Marvin Gonzalez, 1 out. So someone will have to go and play the right field. He'll be lost for a couple of days, so he'll be day to day. Wilson puts down side Paniqua, 1 out in the 8th. Here's a windup to Marvin Gonzalez. 3-10 ground ball to second. Boone's got it, makes the play. 2 outs in the 8th. So now here's Brian McCann. Last chance for Houston, trying to get back in this before the 9th. Lefty-righty matchup. Paniqua is going to give Seattle and Lou Piniella 2 golden innings. If you ask me, I told you you'd be crazy. Wilson sets the target. Paniqua looking in, working from the windup. Here's the pitch to McCann, and that's a line drive in the gap. Cameron makes the catch, and Paniqua gives him 2 strong innings. Let's head to the 9th, 3-0 Seattle. So now the question is who do you play right field now? You know what? Play the better of the outfield, I guess. We'll go Cameron Maybin. So Cameron Maybin will come out and play right field. Don't want him in right eventually. So hopefully the computer doesn't decide to put Beltran out there for the 2 games. When would they go next? So now Seattle will come up. Let's see who they set up with. So they come in with Bell, Wilson, and Guillen. That's a tough little choice. Righty, switchy, followed by McLemore. So a couple switchies. So in the top of the 9th, so we'll go, since they can't save it, Houston can't save it, they'll bring their best reliever in, and now be Ken Giles, who has 6 saves, 10 hits, and 10 innings. ERA high, 4.35. So Giles comes in. He'll be the pitcher. He'll pitch to Bell, Wilson, and Guillen. So McCann sets a target. Ken Giles looks in. Here's the pitch to Bell, and that's a 1-7 base hit for Bell, he's 2 for 4. So now here's Dan Wilson. He's 0 for 2 with the run scored. Seattle leads by 3. 3 double play. 6-4-3. Guillen, Gonzalez, 2, Gurriel, 2 outs in the 9th. So Giles gets a big double play ball. Here's Carlos Guillen. So 2 outs in the 9th for Guillen. He has struck out twice and hit a sac bunt, which is a big sac bunt back in the 3rd inning. 3-0 Seattle, 2-0, 2 outs in the 9th. 2001 Seattle, 2017 Houston. McCann sets down the target. Giles with the windup. Here's the pitch to Guillen, and that's a line drive. That's trouble. Right center field. Back goes Springer looking up. Gone. Going. Goodbye. So Carlos Guillen, a rare home run, his 2nd of the year, and the Mariners lead it by 4-0. So here's McLemore. Oh, Doctors, a big home run there. So here we go. McCann sets now the target now. Giles from the windup. So Giles gives up a bomb here in the 9th and struck him out. 1 run for Seattle in the 9th. Let's head to the bottom of the 9th. Seattle leads by a slam, 4-0. Seattle 4 runs on 10 hits, while Houston unable to get much going. No runs on 3 hits. Bottom of the 9th. Big ball game here. So let's see. And look, he's out there, but Paniqua, he stays out there. It's no longer a save situation. Jose Paniqua, I'm tired of him called him Manny. He's in for a 3-out save. And let's see what happens. Pinella trying to push those buttons. It'll be Gurriel, Springer, and Marinovich here against Paniqua, the right-hander. So Wilson sets the target. Jose Paniqua from the windup. Here's a pitch to Gurriel. 5-11, fly ball left field. McLemore's a 2-4. Should make the catch. It does. One away. So with 1 out, here is Springer. Springer sounds like something from Stripes. 0 for 2. Flied out twice, then walked in the 6th. Springer batting right-handed. Wilson sets in the target. Jose Paniqua from the windup. Here's the pitch to Springer, and that Springer will hit a line drive in the gap over Cameron's head. Springer will go for 2. Come around, he'll have you in there for a double. So Springer at second with 1 man out, and here is Marisnick. Altuve starting to grab a bat if needed. He might have him grab a bat right now. They don't have a lot on that bench, but they do have Altuve. Here comes Altuve. He's been rested most of the game because I believe had bats issues. Altuve's hitting .314. 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 8 RBIs. Has a couple steals. Big opportunity for Houston now. Paniqua still on the mound. Pinella staying with them. Wilson sets in the target. Paniqua working from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Altuve. 6-5 ground on a shore. Guillen's got it. Goes to first, and that is out number 2. So far, Houston's been limited to 4 hits. This would split this series between them. Correa the batter, 0 for 3. Wilson sets down the target. Correa the bat against Paniqua. Paniqua looking for a 3-inning save. Here's the pitch to Correa. 4-6 is a pow! What a play! It was a 1-15 hit, and what a play by the shortstop. Guillen leaps to his left, makes the diving catch on a 16, and ends the game. So Paniqua does give the Mariners a 3-out save, and the Mariners win it. The Mariners will go to 11-9 on an absolutely stellar play by Carlos Guillen. Verelander takes the loss. He goes to 2-3. He went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Gregerson 1 inning, gave up 3 hits. McHugh really saved them 2/3 and struck out 2. Liriano came in, and then Giles gave up the bomb that made it 4-0. Seattle scored 1 in the third, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the ninth. 10-0 for Seattle. 4-0 for Houston. Again, Reddick will be out for a couple games if you're a Houston fan. Seattle went 10 for 34, 4 runs scored, an RBI. They had some guys with multiple hits. Boone, 3 for 4, 1 run scored. He's hitting .410. Suzuki, 2 for 3, 1 run scored, an RBI, hitting .263. And David Bell, 2 for 4, now hitting .319. Houston, 4 for 28. They had no one with multiple hits. Springer, Bregman, Reddick, and Gurriel only hits for the Astros. And of course, let's look at a double play ball. Seattle turned 3 double plays. That was a big part of this game. Doubles by Suzuki, Boone, Springer, Gurriel. Guillen had that late ninth inning home run that kind of gave him the extra cushion. And that was your ball game. So John Haalama goes 6 innings of 3-hit ball, gets the win, while Paniqua, who pitches 3 innings, 1-hit ball, and gets his first save. How about that, as Mel Allen would say? Let's go ahead and roll a die and see how many games we'll go ahead and skip, and we'll go ahead and see what's next available on the schedule. Ooh, another 6. So that will run the schedule down for quite a bit. So I'll run the schedule down a bit. So I like to run 6, but hey, that's what happens. So we'll now go to the, actually we do have a game to play tonight, which is going to be the Orioles and the Yankees. And so let's go ahead and see what's available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the next game on our schedule would be April 27th. And we'll go ahead and put everything there on manual, because that way I can roll the entire schedule out till then, and can then look at the schedule, and I could go ahead and auto stuff that I don't want to auto in the future. So probably some good games we'll probably have as we're ending the month of April right here in the Stratomatic Great Teams League. Must be a couple doubleheaders coming. There's like 15 games on the schedule, I guess, for 30-team league. I guess that would be the multiple of the games playing in. Toronto playing Tampa Bay. That looks like a series. Atlanta playing the Dodgers, so the 81 Dodgers and the 95 Brady. Greg, the Professor Maddox, who has been featured on this channel twice already, as he'll take on Bert Hooton. That's a good matchup, and 2 teams playing well. But I have to keep showing Greg Maddox on the channel. He's not my favorite pitcher of all time, folks. People are going to think he is when I want to show him every time, but sometimes he has the best matchup that I want to show. So here we go, throwing everything on manual for now. So we do have the other Yankee game to do. Let's go ahead and play off to get to that broadcast game for the Yankees. Will do that for me, hopefully. They automatically, okay, let's put the Yankee game on hold, and then we'll see if it goes ahead and generates the rest of my schedule for me. So give me a second. So we'll go ahead and put the Baltimore game on hold, and then go ahead and play off. So with the Yankee game on hold, let's go ahead and fast forward history. Again, 6 games as played by the die. Yankees beat Toronto 9-1, so a very big win there. It was the Mets beating San Diego, so Davey Johnson's job is not yet still in jeopardy. Let's see. We keep playing here. Mets beat the Padres again. So all of a sudden, the Mets are starting to get some big wins. And Mets actually swept San Diego. Wow. And San Diego has been playing as good as anyone. Mets have a series with the 1970 Orioles. And guess what? The 1986 Mets have decided to play ball. They've woken up. They've actually took the first 2 games from the Orioles. So they won like 5 in a row. So let's see what's on the docket in the future, as the New York Mets have actually finally woken up a little bit. So now let's look at Saturday, April 27th. It's Palmer. It's going to be Palmer and Arabu, or was that supposed to be the Orioles and the Yankees? I thought that was the Orioles and Mets. Maybe it was NYA, or this is a new series. Well, I have to do a real quick look and see if we can pull up this. So we can pull up the schedule here. If Dave, you're still here, thank you so much for staying in or coming. You say we're driving, so let's go ahead and see if we can pull the. Let's see if we can pull the. Let's see if we can pull the record off the table a little bit here, and then we'll go ahead and look at the next scheduled games. Pull out the. There it is. So we're gonna pull out the standings while I take a look at this. So Yankees and Orioles, they're playing in the game tonight. So we probably don't want to show them again. Yankees are at 15-7. They're 3 ahead of Toronto, 3 on Tampa Bay, 4 on the Orioles. Then it's Pirates and Marlins. Well, look at that. Oakland and Houston, just showed Houston. Colorado, Arizona, Cincinnati, Milwaukee. That'll be 82 Brewers and 75 Reds. Reds are in second place at 12-10. Brewers are 10-14. Kansas City, Minnesota, Toronto, Tampa Bay. It is the Phillies and Mets. It's Darling and Lurch. But let's see how the Mets are doing. Mets are now 10-16. They're 7.5 back. Phillies are 10 back. Dallas Green probably fired by now at 6-17. Seattle playing California. The Braves playing the Dodgers, like we said. Maddox and Houghton. It's Lester. Ooh, the Cubbies and the Tigers. That's Lester and Morris. The Tigers, though, are 10-15. The Cubbies playing 16-9. First place, 2.5 up. Rangers and Indians. Rangers are second place. The Indians are in second place. That might be an interesting one. That'd be C.J. Wilson and Jim Bagby. That's 2011 Texas and 1920 Cleveland. And then the first place, that's right, first place Washington Nationals, at least at the last time I looked, they're still in first place. 15-6, 4 games ahead of the 54 Giants. They're playing the St. Louis Cardinals, who are last place and bombing bad, 5-20, and that's the 82 Cardinals. Padres playing the Giants. Padres coming off some bad series, and they're now 15-10, 1 back, playing the Giants, who are 13-12. And then it's Boston and Chicago. That's Rick Porcello and Jose Contreras. And you know what? Well, Boston's 11-14. Chicago, first place in the AL Central, 14-9. Hate to show Maddox again. But you know what? Maybe we'll go and see if the Tigers can wake it up here. Tigers are 10-15 and 5 out, but the Cubs are really winning. So after the Yankees-Orioles tonight, we'll go ahead and go to Old Tiger Stadium. John Lester and Jack Morris. Jack Morris appears on these great teams 3 or 4 times, as he appears on the 91 Twins, 84 Tigers, and I believe the 92 Blue Jays. So he's all over the place on these teams. So we'll go ahead and put him on. We'll go ahead and put that game on hold at least. And then when we come back, we'll get it going. Thanks, folks. Hopefully we'll have another one tonight, and it's going to good one. It's going to be a good one between the Yankees and Birds. So again, that'll be Phoebus against El Duque, Orlando Hernandez. That's 2 strong teams in the AL East. Here in the SOM League here on the Sports Time Machine. Thank you, Dave. I know you're driving home, but you're listening. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. We'll talk to you again, people. See you later. And please stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, subscribe, do all that. And then, if you haven't yet, subscribe to Dave Demos so you can watch the Demolition League as it goes, as it blows up in front of your face, as he takes all those 8 teams and goes ahead and has a fantastic league with them. 2015. So we'll see how they make out. So always a lot of fun. Please subscribe to Dave Demos or Baseball Demos. And all the fun he has, knows how to show cards and dice a lot better than I can. So that's why I kind of do more computer. Kind of looks better in this case. So talk to you later. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you coming in. Have a good rest of your day. Feel better, my friend. Hope your voice has returned. We'll talk to you later and see you again.